Our guy Tiger Time, he's got a juicy one here for us. I want to preface this with saying this is not a prediction. This is a surprising headline from our friend who watches the show. I would be 9.5 out of 10 surprised if this happened, okay? Enough of a qualifier there. He says Clemson beats Georgia to open the season. Calling his shot. Tiger Time. Love it. For context, Georgia opens as a 12.5-point favorite. This game's going to be played in Atlanta, so you imagine there'll be a fair amount of both sides that turn out for this one. Georgia obviously brings back Carson Beck. They bring back 76% of the production on offense from a season ago. Now, for more context, Georgia's last time they lost a season opener was 2013. That was at Clemson. All right, so take of it as you will. This happening would mean that Cade Klubnik went absolutely crazy. The difference an offseason makes for him and Garrett Riley to be able to get together, look at the film, see what they didn't like, see what they need to do better, and also, probably more importantly, as much as Cade Klubnik kind of finding his footing as a college quarterback would be massive and probably changes the way you look at your season if you're a Clemson fan, this would mean that Clemson found some real explosiveness at the playmaker position. Because, I mean, that's really been our major gripe with Clemson over the course of the last couple of years. Hey, a lot of great guys defensively. They've recruited the quarterback position well from a star's point of view. But, like, if you don't have somebody that can stretch the defense and put pressure on that secondary, it's very, very difficult to win how Clemson would like to and expects to win. Now, if they do win the game, just so we're clear here, the headline syndrome coming out of week 1 to week 2 would be wild. It'd be wild. And headline syndrome is a lot like bowl syndrome in the sense that it's basically an overreaction to one thing that happens. Like the headline out of bowl season was Jackson Arnold isn't a good quarterback. That was bowl syndrome. Don't fall victim to that. It's one sample size. It's one data point. We move forward. Headline syndrome for Clemson would be Clemson takes down number 1 team. Clemson probably shoots into the top 10. We're talking about them winning the national championship after the first week of the season. Still got to have some things happen if you're Clemson. But, I mean, to be fair, like, the game's not played on paper. But who else is beating Clemson on their schedule if they're good enough to beat Georgia? Now, that's not how college football works, right? It's not about being better than the other team. It's about playing your best on that day. But if you can beat Georgia, you are at the very least capable of beating Florida State. You're at least capable of beating Louisville. I'm just saying there's a lot to be excited about if you're Clemson, if you're able to get this done, and just what it would do for this team's confidence, for their psyche, for their outlook on the rest of the year. Like, it would be massive. There's no way around it. It would be absolutely massive. Last thing it would mean, man, we would get an absolute cinematic, incredible, extreme, I mean, whatever adjective you want to throw to it. The Dabo Swinney press conference, or heck, Dabo Swinney post-game on-field interview would be nothing short of greatness. It would be rivaling BYOG's territory. Like that's kind of, if y'all know that post-game soundbite from Dabo, like that's kind of the juice it would bring. So in that way, like, I'd love to hear it. Very, very surprising headline, but nonetheless, appreciate our guy Tiger Time bringing the juice on that one, man. It would have major, major impacts when it comes to the college football landscape. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.